Good morning, my dear student. Welcome to the online classes of Balangir Public School. Today, in this video, we will discuss a new topic, that is food chain. So, what do you understand by food chain? A sequence of organisms through which energy is transferred in the form of food by the process of one organism consuming the other is known as your food chain. Or you can also say a food chain is a series of organisms where all the organisms shared depend on the next organism as a source of their food. This is the diagram showing food chain. Here the series of organisms take part at the various biotic level to form a food chain. The first series represent in the forest ecosystem, the second one, the straight one, is the grassland ecosystem, and the third is your pond ecosystem. Each step or the level of the food chain form a tropical level. So what do you understand by tropical level? These are the steps in the food chain where the transfer of food and energy takes place. The producer are at the first tropic level, which include only green plants. The primary consumer or the herbivores are at the secondary tropical level. Next is the secondary consumer, which include the small carnivores, constitute the third tropical level. The tertiary consumer, which include the large carnivores, form the fourth tropical level. We know that the food we eat act as a fuel to provide us energy to do work. Thus, the interaction among various components of the environment involves the flow of energy from one component of the system to another. In food chain, the producers are eaten by the primary consumers, which are in turn eaten by the secondary consumer, that are again eaten up by the tertiary consumer and later may be eaten by the quaternary consumer. In this process, the food as well as the energy is transferred from one level to other. The entire sequence of who eats whom form a food chain. Like example, in a forest ecosystem, a grass is eaten up by a deer and a deer is again eaten up by a lion. So this shows a sequence in which one organism is eaten up by the another organism. The second diagram represents the grass or terrestrial food chain, where a maize is eaten by a locutus is eaten up by a frog is eaten up by the snake, and the snake is eaten by an eagle. The third diagram is an example of the aquatic food chain. First, the diagram is of phytoplankton, which is eaten by a zooplankton. Then it is further eaten up by the small fish, and last by a bird. So this is an example of a food chain having a four tropical level. The tropical level can also be presented in the form of a pyramid as shown in the figure 15.2. The base of the pyramid is the broadest tropic level, indicating the maximum number of producer species. The next tropic level is constituted by the primary consumer, which are lesser in the number as they would be feeding on many more producer species. Similarly, the subsequent level have reduced the number of members at each tropic level such that the graphical representation of the number of species in the food chain assume a pyramid shape and also called the pyramid of number. The energy is transferred occur across each level. However, 100% energy transfer from one tropic level to another is not possible as the energy losses are involved at each step. The green plant in the terrestrial ecosystem capture about 1% of the incoming solar radiation that fall on their leaves and convert it to chemical and food energy. Plants use much of this energy to carry out their physiological process which involve growth and reproduction, while some is lost in the form of heat to the environment during respiration. About about 10% of energy is converted to biomass and is made available to the next topic level as the food. Similarly, the 10% of energy available at the primary consumer level is then made available to the secondary consumer level, and so on. Thus, 10% is the average value of the organic matter available at each topic level, and the available to the next topic level is in the food chain. Since the loss of energy at each level is great, very little amount of usable energy is left for the last level. Hence, the food chain do not have more than 3 to 4 levels. It is for the same reason that the number of predator in an ecosystem is much less than the number of prey species. So there is a gradual decrease in the amount of energy transferred from one topic level to the next topic level in a food chain. So all this process is known as the 10% law, which states that only 10% of the energy entering a particular trophic level of organism is available for transfer to the next higher trophic level. Another characteristic feature of the food chain is that the energy flow in a food chain is unidirectional. The energy passed on to the next level cannot revert to the previous level. Hence, the solar energy, once fixed by the green plant, cannot be released back to the sun. But in case of food web, there are several food chains that exist in an ecosystem at the same time. So what is a food web? Food web is a network of various food chains which are interconnected at various tropical levels. As shown in the figure 15.3, in a food web, one organism may occupy a position in more than one food chain. An organism can obtain its food from different sources and in turn may be eaten up by different type of organisms. An organism may eat or be eaten by more than one organism. This implies that several food chains in an ecosystem are interconnected. This system of interconnected and interdependent food chain form a food web. Another interesting aspect of the food chain is how unknowingly some harmful chemicals enter our body through the food chain. As you have already learned in class 9th how water gets polluted. One of the reasons is the use of several pesticides and other chemicals to protect our crop from disease and the pest. These chemicals are either washed down into the soil or into the water bodies. From the soil, these are absorbed by the plant along with the water and minerals, and from the water bodies, these are taken up by the aquatic plants or animals. So this is the one of the way in which they enter the food chain. As these chemicals are not degradable, this get accumulated progressively at each topic level. As human beings occupy the top level in any food chain, the maximum concentration of this chemical get accumulated in our bodies. This phenomenon is known as biological magnification. So what is a biological magnification? The process by which the harmful and toxic substances enter the food chain and get concentrated in the body of living organism at each successive level in the food chain is called biological magnification. So what are the effects of biomagnification? The consumption of the plant or the aquatic animal that have assimilated heavy metals and toxic substances may lead to a long-term effect such as the different type of cancer, kidney failure, respiratory disorder, brain damage, and a heart disease. So here we have completed the two main topics of this chapter, that is a food chain and a food web. That's all for today's video. Thank you.